rise and shine. I'm actually gonna just keep it on this sunshine because look at these beautiful clouds have blown away. It's a bit chippy out today, but that sun used to be tucked away, and now it's 2:22 p.m. here in Finland, and your boy is alive at home after waking up from a nightmare. I just woke up from a really bad nightmare, and then I just got back from home. Yep, your boy just got home. Just went to sleep this morning. I didn't get a really good sleep last night. I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but I started watching some pearly things and listening to some videos about single moms and how you end up losing. And maybe that planted a weird seed in my head, but I was literally running from the police and I'd like shot at some people, and then I had like got into a car, and then I got into a boat, and then I tried to leave the country, and I woke up and I'm like, Mark, you need to wake up. I'm like, when I don't sleep right, my fucking dreams are weird. And that's what ends up happening when you don't smoke weed. You start to dream, and man, what a nightmare, dude. Oh my God, I just had the worst nightmare. Like my friends got hurt, and then I was like running from the law, and then I had no more friends, and then I was like a fugitive, and I didn't want to go to jail again, and I was using all my skill sets to like leave the country, and then I woke up. And here's my reality. Last night was mad real, dude. I went all the way there. Last time I showed up at 9 p.m. to the Pila Pica to work, made 100 euros the first time, 80 euros the second time, €0 last night. And I'm there, and it was slow. It was Afro Jazz night. I didn't really see anybody that I knew, and I didn't sell anything, dude. I was like, holy shit, this is the grind of an entrepreneur, is to go to actually set up. Even when you're tired, after we already ate, I wanted to just stay in bed. But I'm like, no, I want to earn these people's business. I show up, and the dad didn't even get my email. Then we sat there and forwarded him the email, even though his daughter forwarded him the email. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I just came here to earn your business. He's like, why? Like, all kind of weird. I'm like, dude, 18 stores, that'll make me set. Let's go. How much for one shirt? I give Rosa a shirt. I'm like, no, I'm not looking for 20 euros. I'm trying to sell you on the 40 shirts that you ordered from me last week. And I got like no commitment, just a couple of handshakes. It wasn't as friendly as the last time. Not that they weren't unfriendly. They're very friendly people and good people, especially his daughter, super cool. You know, would she call herself, I'm a sexy mama. And it's like, yes, you are, because you're a beautiful soul. And when we're talking about beautiful souls, we talk about my ex, and then I'm going to explain this because I had a revelation. You know, after all this emailing with her and trying to get closure, I realized that she was in an impossible situation. Shout out to all the single moms out there, but you know, you guys are kind of creating your own situations. By the time you break your vows with another man, right? By the time you break your vows in your other marriage, by the time you come to me, you're breaking the vows twice. And that was just something that was really tough for me. It says for better or for worse. And for worse, she walked away from me. Too much pressure going through her divorce, whatever the excuse is. It was just too much pressure. I obviously wasn't helping. I just admit it. You know, I wasn't expecting that my first time having a child, right, was going to be with somebody that was so unhappy that they didn't tell their mom, didn't have a baby shower, didn't have the reveal photos. I didn't get any of that stuff. What I got was someone that was reeling from her divorce and crying at night and taking it out on me. I literally got an email her, and I said, you took your divorce out on me. You're sitting here going like, oh, well, now I got 50-50 custody. At the time you didn't, because of your anger issues, and now you took your anger on me. And what's really weird is like us as people will do these things because we don't know how to react, or maybe we're responding in a fight to someone else. We might fight our friends, we might fight our loved ones, and we don't get to treat them on the same level. And my aha moment after this whole week, you can watch my show where it's like, it's all my fault. And then the next show was like, I'm not that bad. And then this show is going like, you might have forgiven me. It was like, what a nightmare, because I just woke up from a real nightmare, literal nightmare, dude. I had like, I don't know what the fuck that nightmare was. I get some weird nightmares if I don't smoke weed, and I didn't smoke any weed yesterday because I was running around and doing my business things. But Fuck, dude, that was so weird. I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, dude, some of my friends are dead. I'm shooting at police. I'm like stealing boats to get out of the country. It was a weird nightmare, dude. Anyway, I wake up to my reality, and the reality is that she basically handed me my life back. I just woke up and it was an epiphany last night. But listening to all these women, you get if you get with a single mom, and she was like, "This would have been your family. They would have loved you as much as I did." Da 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 da. Kind of playing psychological games with me, and it was like you were so worried about your kids, you completely ignored that we had another kid, and that the fact that you already had two kids in your back pocket, I don't even have one to go to. And I tried to explain that to her. I said, imagine, if you will, that the first time you get married, the person you're about to get married already got married. So what? Yeah, they already did the dance. They already had a whole fucking life, bro, without you. They were married with kids, and they're trying to bring kids in with it, and we can barely afford our baby, and it's embarrassing. Let alone take care of your two children. I said, I don't need you to take care of my two kids, but we do. We do need them to take care of them. They need father figures. I'm not just going to buy my kid breakfast at McDonald's. I have to buy three kids breakfast at McDonald's. And that's just fair, because that's what, that's because they're humans. They're little humans. They need to eat too. But I'm not going to go, you're not my humans. I didn't make you. So therefore, I'm going to cuckold myself and not have any children at all, and invest completely in your children that are some other dude's fucking genetics, and you just killed my lineage. You literally just murdered me being a father, the thing that I've always wanted to be. You just literally killed that thing, and now I'm stuck without a wife. You've already been a wife. Without children, those are your kids. Without the celebration of me being a father taken from me. And as bad as she said, as bad as I was feeling and taking it on, especially last week, being suicidal, I just thought I fucked up my whole life. Next thing I know, I can call my spiritual mentor. He's helping me out with my phone payment. My buddy Timo, he helped me out with €100 so I can buy 30 shirts, even though I didn't sell one of them. And I probably should have got my phone back on, but I digress. And then uh, for me to have friends, like seeing my buddy Aki and talking to him, and he just texted me too, so I'll call you before I go to work. But to have a buddy that's going through it, and almost like even worse, where they've self-harmed themselves, and they even picked up methamphetamines, grateful that he's off of it, and needs a real friend, and isolated himself and just started drinking and snorting and ignoring the whole world for like the last 2 years, including his own sister. It's like, no, bro, you need to be an uncle. Your sister has a child. There's something bigger than you, that you owe it to them. You need that uncle time. You need to come back to your city. And yeah, sure, your friends are all fighting each other, and there's shit talking and inside the inner circle, and that shit happens in a small town. But it's also something that you're going to need. You're going to need to climb that hill again with your friends, show trust, show loyalty, and show that you're back. And that's something that most of us don't want to do. We want to hide away. And my spiritual mentor said, "You're back, Saint. Look how fucking good you look, bro." He's like, "Look at you." And it's not just your muscles, bro. It's your skin. It's the light inside you. You're actually healing. You actually, I said, will travel to heal, or travel is my therapy is one of my shirts. And I'm a shirt idea design, not design yet. I have an idea, but it's not designed yet. But man, sometimes you have to get out of your own head to see, like they say, get your head out of your ass, because you can't see when you're being an ass, right? So you're all the way up to your neck in a butthole. And then you poke your head out of that butthole, kind of like Ace Ventura coming out of the fucking tail end of that rhinoceros or whatever he did, and it's one of those things where you're like, holy shit, dude, I have been given the life that I had before. That's why I was telling this girl, I was like, what are you going to do? Send me back to my billionaire world traveling, billionaire playboy self? I'm like, I'm mad because I lost the time and I lost the baby, and I thought it was perfect timing. I really wanted to have a baby with this person. I was like, she's already a mom. She's beautiful. Me and her get along. And then it comes to the facts that she's not the mom of my child. She actually killed my child, and she did that without my permission. And of course I was against it. Even if we were going to fight for the rest of our lives, we would have fought for one life. And this life was really important to me. Now I'm back into my old life, and I have, depression, PTSD, anxiety, you name it. I have hesitance to ever get married, especially after listening to all the pearly things last night and Rich Coopers and the red pills and how they said never date single moms because you're going to get attached to the kids. And there's all these dudes emailing about the time that they dated a single mom, or dating these girls that still sleep with their exes, or alpha widows, or just all the games that women play. And I'm sitting there going like, I dodged a bullet. And I never wanted to say that because it made me feel like such an asshole, because I didn't want my child to die because I dodged a bullet or I was running away from the law in my nightmare. That is the nightmare. The nightmare is that my child's not alive and I have to continue on in my life and live this life and get this healing and go with my friends around the world, and that I even have a place to crash. I'm home alone right now and I'm grateful my buddy crashed out here, but I'm home alone, and I have a clean house that I'm waking up in. I got a friend that's moving here. Like I said, Aki will be here next month or 1 week. He was like, yo, come stay with me. I stayed with him last time I was here, not this summer, but the last time I was here, because he's like a brother to me. And now my brother needs some healing. He needs somebody that goes out into the sunshine and the nature every day. He needs somebody to tell them that they love him. He needs somebody that's a positive influence. And it's so amazing to me, while I was being suicidal last week, I'm the positive influence. I'm the one that only drinks water. I didn't get drunk last night. And the night before, I didn't do acid and stay up all night. I got my regular sleep. Even though I was tired, I still went into work. Even though I didn't make any money, I still showed up. And that's something that most people don't do in their lives. They don't show up to their lives. They never go to see a Machu Picchu or Great Wall of China, or even leave their own city. They stay isolated. They stay scared. And some of my friends are like, well, I'm kind of jealous of you. And I'm like, because you're intrepid is the word for this journey. It means you're brave. You're brave to go outside of your comfort zone. You're brave to put your health first. My mental health was so important. Like, dude, this is priceless. So sure, I own my print and hour business in Vegas, but I'm not there. I'm not showing up to a convention again, getting sick of my own job, hurting my feet, going on the fucking million square feet of convention space that they have in Vegas, so I can be free. Let me blow my nose. I woke up sneezing this morning. Yeah, dude. It's like that. And it's in a revelation. Because this is a person that almost made me kill myself. Literally, I felt like the worst human being ever. And then I started to unpack it. Thanks to her email, I really sat there and I go, either way, I lost. I lost love, I lost a baby, and I lost time, and I lost money, and I lost the respect of my family. Never talked to my dad. We never talked. And then when I thought we were going to have a baby, he started kind of texting me. I was like, this is going to heal my family. It's going to heal. My brother Jeremy's going to be an uncle. Me and my dad will have a relationship. My mom quit smoking. This baby was going to be the second coming of Jesus. And now and heal the world. That's what I thought. I was like, this baby's going to save the planet. He's going to figure out a way to desalinize water, or desalinate water in a water crisis, or help with climate change, or make people better people. I had the most positive outlook for this child, and now I sit here childless with just me, whatever, how many heartbeats I have left, and this passion of mine in that box over there, carrying it on time every time. Well, I wasn't on time last night. I was like an hour late, but I didn't realize that I was early last time, and I tried to show up later because of last time. But anyway, and then I showed up. Some big old black dude was trying to fight this other dude, and I was like, whoa, guys. They kind of knocked into my table. I'm separated. Then they kind of did it again. I was like, bro, stop. And he's like, why are you pushing on me? And I'm gonna fuck you up. And then he turned on me, and I was like, bro, you don't want none. This will go upside your head. I've knocked out many, chopped down a lot of bigger trees, bro. Trust and believe. You got no ground game. I will just take you down the moment you throw your first haymaker. I'm going right underneath because I'm shorter than you. This dude was like up here to me. And I'm like, bro, I will fucking hurt you. I have a lot of hurt inside, so I have no problem hurting people. I've been telling people, I know how to wrestle. I'm a violent person. I like watching violence on UFC. And if you fuck with me, you'll find out. And I'm that kind of person. And I'm just trying to tell you, because I was abused as a child. I don't have time to explain that to you. And because my life hasn't exactly been peachy keen. I've been in fucking South Korean prisons with murderers trying to fight me, bro. By the time me and you have wide open space, I'm going to ground and pound. I'm going to take out my frustrations on you, and then everybody else is going to be like, no t-shirt sales for Saint. Luckily, dude came by and shook my hand and apologized because he was like, it was a misunderstanding. I was just trying to stop them from knocking over my table. But I almost got into a fight with some bigger dude that was trying to fucking punk me. And I was like, nah, bro. And then there was like the security guards behind us. And then he tried to come around him and try to point his finger. And I'm like, I'm right here, son. I'm right here, son. You can catch these hands, yeah? And I was like, and he was like, holy shit, this dude's game. And I'm like, bro, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to fuck with. I've been through so much shit, and thankful for my mom's email. She's like, you've already, though I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. I've already walked through so many fires. People want the 1,000-yard stairs. People want to be a man. People don't want to be fucked with. You want to be alpha? Do you know how much shit that we have to go through to be alpha? We have to be unsuccessful at business, like I told my buddy Aki. People don't want to talk about that. And he's like, bro, I'm so glad you're here that you can talk about it. Yes, bro, because I've done it. I put my money on the line. I start my shirt shop and I can feel the tears coming and be a failure to put 50 grand in 10 months of your time and still not win. And I asked him, what do you think happened? He's like, inflation and COVID. So it's really not his fault, but people treat you different. It's almost like I said, going to jail. It's like they don't want to talk about because they think they might go to jail. And it's like same for a business. It's like, oh, you're not successful. It's like you farted in their face. And it's like, I took a shot. I took a shot to go around this world and to see what my eyes have never seen, and live before I died, and also see if the world is round, right? Like, I mean, just experiment with this life. And I've been experimenting with my life, seeing how far I could push it. How far can I push my fitness? How far can I push my mental health? How far can I push my show? The last time was Periscope. And when I was doing Periscope, I made it to the top. Within my third Periscope, I was on Good Morning America smoking weed. Speaking of which, I need to smoke something. But man, it's been, a revelation for me that I just like last night, didn't make anybody, didn't get any sleep, pounded these don't date single moms videos, woke up this morning and I was just in shock. I had the worst nightmare. I mean, like my best friend fall off a motorcycle where I'm running from the cops, guns were involved, boats were involved. I mean, I can't wait till a friend comes by. I don't want to bug you with it, but I was just like, what the fuck was that? Let me wake up, smoke some weed. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to smoke some weed. Bless up with me, her. But here's what it is. I had a dream that I would meet someone before I became successful, that I would find this one woman that would love me and we would have children together. And I wouldn't know that she was around for the money. And then we lost the baby because we didn't have that much money. And it just sucks to go, what's it going to take when the guy said, short guys, you're lucky, a girl's really into you. Most women just want to sleep with you if you're tall, but they don't want to stick around. And that's what I was hearing from all the women on the show with Pearly Thing. She was interviewing women, and they were sitting there talking to these women, and they were so selfish, dude. It's like the children are more important than us. The family unit is more important than us. All of us have these career aspirations, or we think that we're gonna be fucking YouTubers or some shit. And the truth is, it doesn't matter about my fucking career, where I've been. It's what I've done with my life. And that's what I started to see. Shit, I don't have any fucking more weed. Damn. Gotta figure that part out. But dude, if it's not something where these girls were just so doing OnlyFans and talking about cocks and being, she's like, I'm a dirty slag and I'm a whore, and all these girls were introducing themselves. She's like, oh, fun fact about me, I can fist my own asshole. And the girl's like loving it, and it was just the chick, 60 years old black woman, was just embarrassed. They're like, oh my god, you just said that in front of millions of people. And years later, you're only 20, 21. Can you imagine looking back when you're 41 or even have children and go, that's my mom? Or how about the other chick? She's doing OnlyFans and she has a 4-year-old daughter. But she's supposed to own all these businesses. If you own all these businesses, why can't it be enough? Why can't a job at Lotus Tesco be enough? Or even McDonald's just to keep your dignity? And they're just like, nah, dude, I don't want to fucking, I did the easy way out. And the girl said, I did OnlyFans and I regret it. And now I'm fucking out of it. And I was honest, at least I have a fucking committed relationship. But damn, dude, it's not fun to try to date someone and then reveal that you're a different person. And they asked that, you're like, would you, if you dated a guy and you found out his body count, would you break up with him because of body count? No, I don't. I want to do with experience. Yeah, girls date guys with experience. We don't want to date girls with experience. We don't want to date girls that already had been on a yacht or already been to the Great Wall of China. We can't teach them nothing because they've already done it, and you don't want to even know how they did it. One of my friends, Kimmy, she said, "Yeah, who's she fucking?" And I was like, what? And I'm like, this girl's going to Ibiza. Da, 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 da. Life is beautiful. She went to Burning Man. She's like, yeah, Mark. Who's she fucking? And that's the whole thing. It's like, while you're fucking someone as a woman, these are all like not only a notch count on your belt, right? But it's an experience that you can't share with your partner. You know what I'm saying? I never got to share with my partner the experience of joy of marriage or the experience joy of pregnancy or the experience the joy of being a father. She took that away from me. Now she wants me to raise her kids, give them equality, the same kind of love, but I have no child to give my child my love, my resources, my experience level, and put my style into my family. There was already a family. There was already a style. And matter of fact, her family wasn't nice to me. The day that they committed abortion, her and her mom texted me, "Are you still downstairs?" Like they were kicking me. Not only did they kick me out of the hospital because of COVID, and I'm crying outside of a San Francisco hospital for 5 hours. Now I'm finally downstairs with the woman that just killed my baby. I'm trying to figure out why. And I can't even spend the night downstairs in the basement where you guys aren't even at. Wow. I was getting kicked out. Some weird shit has happened to me in my life. You know, South Korean prison was too much of a shock for my system. My friends were even talking about last night. I've never been homeless like you, Saint. Like, I've literally had no money, sleeping out of my car, keeping PBJs, and taking showers at the gym. If you want to rewind it, that was like 6 months ago, a year ago. And I was just like, I don't want to stay here anymore. I don't want to be arrested by the police. I don't want my freedom being taken because my car won't pass smog for registration. I'm in there with cartel members, full on MS-13 on their chest because my car's not registered. They'd be like, "What are you in for?" I'd love to say I stole, I robbed the bank. I didn't do that. I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't hurt anyone or break any laws, but the technicalities of my car, you're gonna fucking take my freedom. That's my country. And now I'm running around Finland, a free country, with all I want is fresh air, fresh water, and open space. And that's what I found in this journey. I found some open space in my soul where I didn't have none. I was suicidal, dude. I was just like, there's no reason to live. And then I get on my phone and I'm trying to show my friends and I'm like, holy shit, oh, that's Spain. Oh, that's Brazil. Oh, that's blah, blah, blah. My Google Photos, which used to bum me out because it showed me pictures of my ex. I'm like, we were so beautiful together. We were so happy. That timing was perfect. But for her timing wasn't perfect. She was going through a divorce and she was fucking in the middle of her depression and it was too soon, said her mom. And I'm sitting here going like, imagine if you will. Just imagine if you will. Your first time getting married, someone's suppressing the information. They're not telling the truth. They're not telling their family. You don't, you're going to stay there and try to have vows with someone and say, for better or for worse. And when it got worse for your last relationship, you dipped. And when it got worse with me, you dipped. You're a quitter. And I said, I'm grateful that you emailed me because I was like, the whole time I was sitting here thinking that you were a quitter. And now I'm sitting here thinking, you're just more selfish. Instead of, or maybe you ran out of juice, you know what I mean? Like you ran out of the love and ran into fear and started thinking that would you call me an egocentrical narcissist, another egocentrical? No, that's your other homeboy. I'm the fresh start. I kept telling her, this is my beginning and it was your ending. You had already ended a relationship and got divorced, and now you're bringing it to me, and I never even started. The girls were talking about it, wanting to date guys. She's like, I'm all over the place. I like to date younger, athletic, tall men, all the ones that all the girls want to fuck. She said, yeah, but the girls they want to fuck are 22 years old and partying Friday and Saturday night. You don't want to party Friday and Saturday night, but you want a young guy who's going to be partying Friday and Saturday night. And it's not a comparable match. She's like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm single. And I was like, yeah, no shit, you're single because not only are you picky, but you're not willing to reflect what you want to sacrifice. Everybody wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. And that's such a thing to be like, oh, you want me to be the leading example for your children and show them what an example of love, but you're not showing me an example of love. You're not showing me that you're willing to break bread with me and sit down with me and calm me down and bring me peace and be my rock. You know, and everybody wants me to show up and be their rock and be their future when she just killed my future. And that revelation was just like, damn, bro, like you just really just fucking fucked with my whole life and my whole vibe. When I've been this whole traveler guy and doing my own fucking thing, I was willing to pull the whole boat over, put you in it and keep going, put you and your two kids in it. That's baggage. She's like, I don't like you calling them baggage or a burden. All children are a blessing. Well, why wasn't our child a blessing? You know what I mean? And yes, it is baggage because it's extra seats on the plane. It's extra bags on the plane. It's literally coming with a whole bunch of things that I wasn't prepared for. Now I'm going to be going to your kids' recitals when we don't even have a child. And I'm like, you're not gonna cuckold me, dude. I'm a fucking grown ass man, dude. I built myself. I'm self made. And this world traveler, this guy that's a pro traveler, almost 3 times around the world this trip, almost 7 ancient wonders of the world. I graduated college homeless. I got myself out of South Korean prison, and then I'm sitting here going like, wait, hold up. You want me to do what you wouldn't do for me? That's basically what's end up happening. You want me to raise your kids, but you wouldn't raise mine. And you want me to join your team, but you won't join mine. And it was just like, hold up, hold up. This is my team. This is the Saint team. It's gonna say Saint on the back. It says Saint Spread on the front of the shirt. Where's my shirt? Perfect. This is Saint Spraying up in this bitch, bro. Let me wear my shirt because I sell shirts. Get yourself one too. I mean, I'm working this dream, sitting my little toes in the Thailand sand, and saying, I'm so happy. How do I keep this going? And that's something these girls couldn't do. She could not find her happy, and most people can't. They're still so stuck in their head. They got no way to heal themselves. They end up only being a detriment to themselves. All they know is how to deteriorate and do drugs. And I'm the only one that's waking up and wearing his brand, and people are coming out of the woodwork. Oh yeah, I really wanted that shirt last month, or next month make me another shirt. And I was just like, what? This has been in your mind? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what'd you do with your sticker? He's like, I put it on my bong. And I was like, bro, take a picture and send it to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that's grown from toes in the sand in Thailand to people that have been thinking about it all month long. Like, I've been wanting that shirt since last week. Like, what? Oh, for sure. I love butts. And I'm like, so do I. This is a girl saying that. I'm a butts girl. And I'm like, me too. You got a nice ass, you know? One girl passed by with me and my buddy were taking a selfie because it was beautiful skies and the sun was setting. And I'm like, it's so beautiful. I'm like, so are you. And she was like, thanks. You know, I was like, boom, right on it. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm right on my own life. I got my own life back, and I'm starting to respect it again. Is it a tragedy that I didn't have this child? Is it a tragedy that my mom started smoking again? Is it a tragedy that me and my father don't get to speak? Is it a tragedy that my lineage is still not into the future? Yeah, dude, that's my tragedy. That goes right up there above homelessness, above Korean prison, and above non-success of my business. I still have to get up and go chop the tree. Even though I don't sell anything, I still got to go show up. And I don't know how many entrepreneurs say that. They always got, I'm 30 under 30 and I made $30 million. I'm sure you did, but that's such a small portion of it. There's 9 out of 10 businesses fail. And most people don't even start a business. So to be able to sit there and go, holy shit, I took a swing and I missed, at least I took a swing. You get what I'm saying right now? At least I got out of my city. And at least I got to see other things. And all my friends are like, fuck, where are you now? It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Marquis Saint? Yeah, told you my nose was running. And that's where I live. I live in this new world that I just woke up to thanks to her closure in this email. It was like, you deleted me. You deleted our baby and you deleted love, but you literally handed me back to my life that I already had. not having to spend money on kids that aren't mine, uh, not living my life. And I have a life, and I've had a life before I met her, and now I have my life still. I sit here this morning, 30 minutes in, looking at my live, looking at Saints brand, looking at Saints addiction, in a clean home that I cleaned. I'm safe, and I'm surrounded by friends and family. I'm not in prison. I haven't hurt anybody. I'm not on drugs. I haven't developed any worse habits. In fact, I just did better habits, and now my friends want to be around me and celebrate life with me. And even checked on me. I'll call you before I go to work, and it's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna have a new place to stay so I can get some regular sleep schedule. I'll be into the city. I'll be able to go to the gym anytime that I want to. It's a beautiful feeling. And that's what I got, dude. I got a beautiful feeling that I can actually go get my healing and go around this world. And I have friends that support me and send me money, or I can talk to, or I can crash on their couch, or whatever the fuck that I need. I've been able to create my own network, my own dream, and maybe this one thing didn't go the way as planned, and I don't think that kids are skipped, but here I am at 17. I had an abortion. I was like, no, I'm going to college. I wanted to, in no time and point did I was like, oh, this is my baby, and it's gonna look like me, and we're gonna be uh, married and happy. None of that ever crossed my mind at 17. I was just like, no, I'm going to college. I'm not trying to have a child in high school. I got plans. And I did that early, like within the first month. Me and her both went to the abortion clinic and got it handled. Now I'm 43, looking back at my 17-year-old self, going, you should have had that baby. And now I'm wishing I had both babies. I wish I never aborted any babies. And for anybody that's ever trying to go through abortion, there's regret because you can't unwind that decision. You literally know it's going to change your life. Just like college, you got to pick we were all 18 sitting there going, what's your major? You got to pick a major. You got to major in something. And this girl majored in her, uh, her family, her ex, her children. That's her life story. And I was trying to blend my world traveling entrepreneur, don't have any kids, in with hers, and it just exploded. Another Chernobyl incident in my life. And I'm just sitting here going like, man, I'm sick of Chernobyls. I'm sick of fucking eruptions and volcanic eruptions that dismay my whole fucking life and make me a fucking mental mess. And then I was up on the weight, and now I'm finally back down on the weight, which I did in Brazil before this even happened. And I'm always having to what did they call it? Yo-yo my weight and my mentality and those kind of things, because that's what mental health is. It's like if my mental health isn't right, then my weight goes up. And I've been sitting here going like, at least I stayed on my diet. At least I didn't get any more habits. I didn't do any drugs to get out of this situation. I just traveled. And it is my healing, and it might not work for most people. And I'm not running from my shit because I still have to do the work. I still have to go to work, even though didn't sell anything. I still have to go outside nature and go out to the gym. I still have to put in the work. Now, if I put in the detriment, if I put in the drugs, if I put in the excuses, then I'm for sure going to go back to mental instability, unhealthy body, and repetition of bad habits. And I just didn't want to do that shit anymore. I didn't want to hurt myself because I was hurt. And I don't want to hurt anyone either. I love this woman very much. I got to email her. I said, have a blessed life. I love you. I will always love you. But this is the facts. I wasn't alone in your decision. You came to me, and she admitted it in the email. She was like, this is a bad time in my life. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, it wasn't a bad time in my life. I was at One Love Festival kind of running it. There was some kind of static there, but I was blessed. I had a best friend at the time. We were going to fucking what do you call those festivals and regionals, the Burning Man regionals, and I was doing the things that I wanted to keep doing. I'm glad I still went to Brazil. At first, I blamed myself. I'm like, Mark, if you never went to Brazil, you'd have your child right now. You're so selfish. And I'm like, no, I was going to just keep living. And that's just the commitment that I made to my whole life. I'm just going to keep living. While I'm alive, I'm going to do something with my life. And now that I have my life back, I'm sitting here and going like, she just basically handed me a way out. And that's such a horrible excuse because I did that in high school. I wanted a way out. I wanted to continue on in college, and I would have died. I almost did die. I actually died in my head for this child, for this scenario. And it was the worst thing that could ever happen is to lose a child, especially not, one guy's losing his kid to brain cancer at 9 years old. The other one didn't want to talk about it, that she's been with her current boyfriend or husband, whatever it is, for 10 years and they couldn't get pregnant. Something about cancer. I couldn't understand it, but we all have stories, and I'm just like, damn, bro, you just kind of handed me back to square one. You just handed me back to World Traveler Saint, the one that does morning motivations. And my buddy's like, how can you be a morning motivations and be violent? And like, I'm honest, bro. That's what it is. You got to get honest with yourself. To thy own self be true, and go like, I watch too much MMA. I wrestled since I was a kid, and I quite like it. It gets the frustrations out of me. I'm not just lifting weights. I'm lifting the weights off my chest. I'm getting that frustration out on the logs, and not on another human being, and not on a dog, and not on drugs, but like to get it out of my body. I'm exercising the demons. They say, like, hey, you exercise the demons. And that's what I did. I just fucking exercised the demons out of me. I knew I wasn't trying to go back to jail in Vegas. I knew that I didn't want to fucking grind it out at the conventions and crying there because I lost my child. I needed to just step away. I was brave enough to just go, fuck it. I'll make money some other day. My mental health is more important to me right now. And I can still do my business from overseas, and my phone's still off, but I'm still making it work. And that's all it is. I make it work for you, dude. I'm telling people out there, whoever's listening, you got to make your life work for you, dude. There's going to be people that are going to work against you. There are going to people that are going to slow you down, cost you double. There are going to be situations that are going to upend everything. Welcome to the Mandela effect. Literally, Buddhist monks sitting there with different colors of sand, making this beautiful mandalas on shirts, and mandalas. And at the end, they shake up the whole rug and put it all into a glass case, mixed it all up, because that's part of life. Chaos is a part of life. They don't teach you that in school. They're not going to teach you that you're not prepared financially or healthily or physically. They don't prepare you for any of that. It's just like, here, learn what do they call it? Reading, writing, arithmetic, right? Like, just learn these things and that's enough of it. No, there's some life skills out there that we will have to learn. We will have to experience the loss of a child. We will have to experience, maybe, hopefully you don't have to experience the loss of a child. I mean, the loss of a parent, because that's just the order of things. Hopefully you die after your parents, right? But, and die after your children. Before your children. Yeah, I said it right. But my point is that it's like, there's an order to these things, and my whole thing's been out of order. The chaos is real. Before the beginning of great brilliance, there must be chaos. Before a brilliant person performs something great, they must look foolish to the crowd. I've looked so foolish. I've had egg on my face. I've been embarrassed that my business wasn't successful. I'm embarrassed that my festival wasn't successful. I'm embarrassed that my family wasn't successful. Not my family, that baby wasn't successful. And I'm sitting here going like, yeah, that's my armor. That's the shit that I have to wear in life to show that uh, uh, I'm Iron Man. My buddy kept saying that you're Iron Man. And like, to be Iron Man, you have to suffer and build a suit in a cave and be a captor and fight your way out of a cave, just like the movie. And people don't want to fight their way out of the cave. They wanted the cave to live in their mind and sit there and think of all the bad things that are happening instead of what they can create and what they can do with their time. It's such a blessing to be alive. But most of us just hop on these motherfucking phones. We hop on TV shows or excuses. We stay in our own patterns, and we don't dare to fucking change the rhythm of the beat. And that's all I do. I just don't do the same thing every day. I find a new way, something new to eat, something new to do, a reason to get outside, get the sun on my skin, remember that I'm alive. I gotta touch my heart and go, man, that was a blessing. It's a blessing to see what I've seen in my life, to go to all the places that I've seen, and to have all the friends that I have, and to know that I can go and see even more journeys, and fulfill this life dream that I had my toes in the sand. I said, I'm so happy. How do I keep this going? And it's like, I'm gonna start my own business. It's something that I wanted so much, and now I get to talk about it and wear it. But you guys don't understand. It was nothing. It didn't even have a name. It was just this idea. It was just this thing was like, I'm not an employee. I make entrepreneurs make horrible employees. I'm not going to be someone else's stooge and go to their job and make them rich and have someone else's name or wear someone else's name. Right now, I sit here and I wear Saints. That's my last name. I'm wearing my last name on my clothing. You don't understand because I was working at Finley Toyota for 4 years and I had Finley clothing. I had everything matching. I had the polo shirt, the shorts. I'd run around, sell 20 cars a month, make 100 grand a year, but I was making that dude 500 grand a year. And I was wearing his namesake, and I'm talking to his son, and he's trying to talk me. Come on, Saint, come back to work, sell for me. You can have a family, you can have kids. He told me that way before I even met this chick. It never happened. I'm like, you can't promise me that. You can't promise me a wife that loves me and won't leave me and will love our children the same with all their lives. I got serious because that's what I thought to myself. I was like, you would want me to risk my life to protect your children, but you didn't risk your life to protect my child, our child. That's the sacrifice I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck what you guys are talking about because it's the truth. When some gunman comes in McDonald's, I'm in front of the kids. And as much as I've talked about how awesome my life is and my brand and my dreams, sacrifice. Can you spell sacrifice? My ex couldn't spell sacrifice. She spelled selfish. She felt save me, save my own ass. Fuck this dude. I'm a fucking go do my own thing. Well, now you have your life back. Now you have your life just the way you wanted it. Divorced, 2 kids, low income, and try to make fun of me. Well, you ain't got a family and you got wrinkles and you're an asshole and you're abusive. So be it, dude. I'm sitting here, Mr. Abusive, that's been abused as a child, but I'm not abusing my friends. I'm not abusing this planet. I'm not abusing this body. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, you weren't bringing me peace. You should have been bringing me solutions. You should have been calming me down instead of revving me up, or instead of sitting there arguing with me and being on the debate team, or be on my side when I said, hey, you go do the dishes. I'll take down the tent when we were camping. And then you came over trying to do the tent because you can't follow directions. It drove me nuts. I'm like, if you fucking don't get the fuck away from me. I remember screaming out in the nature. I'm like, get the fuck away from me right now. I need so much space from you because you're suffocating me with the way you want to do things. It's not the way I'm not joining your team. You're joining my team. My team gets straight ahead, Taurus Bull, plow the field, get shit done, quarterback, throw the ball over the field. I got a plan. I got a mission. She didn't want to join my plan. She didn't want to be on the team. She didn't want to wear the jersey. She didn't want to wear Saints. She had this shirt. When I first made this shirt design, we were all smiling together. It's one of my favorite pictures. I was like, fuck, I finally found a woman to support my dreams. She ran away from them. She don't have her own dreams. I try to get her to support her own dreams. I try to get her to support balanced bras or become the next. She told me she wanted to be the next. Not Donna Karen. Who's the other? Vera Wang. And I'm like, do you know how hard Vera Wang had to work? Do you know that she wasn't successful till she was like 42, 43, the age I'm at now? She didn't even start when she was 25, 30. She started at 40. And now she's successful. The amount of work and luck and effort it takes to be that. Everybody I want to be Vera Wang, but I'm just like, lady, I'm telling you the truth. Not that you're not capable, but it's almost like replicating Olympic static shit. Most of us aren't going to make it. Are you willing to risk a loss before a win? Deion Sanders, their team was undefeated and they just got an ass whooping. Are you willing to take the ass whooping and still keep swinging? That's the question of life. Life is going to fucking punch you, bro. I don't know how it's punching you right now, who's ever listening, but I know life has punched you. For a fact, so I'm not sitting here in denial. All of us, I started water again. It's like, fuck, this bitch be punching hard. I ain't got no money. I'm on the streets. I'm homeless. Stop hitting me, And why are my friends disrespecting me? And why are people judging me and making fun of me? I tried hard at my business, and it's easy for you to say, oh, you sucked at the festival. You owe money. Did you try throwing a festival? Have you ever tried, especially after you lost a baby? I needed the healing so bad. I needed something bigger than me so I could obsess about it so I wouldn't obsess about it. I need to obsess about the outside, the part of the OCD, the narcissism, the bipolar disorders, all the things that I've been learning. We all have a version of that in us. We're going to be obsessive about our coffee in the morning. We're going to be controlling of our partners and the outcome. This chick's trying to predict, well, I want a younger man, but I don't want a party man, and I want too old, but I don't, but I have my own place, and I don't want, these guys are used to girls that like live 4 girls to a house and pizza boxes everywhere. I own my own house, and she had made herself into this like perfect human being that was perfectly imperfect. She had her flaws too. And now you're sitting there counting every egg, every menstrual cycle. There goes another month I'm not pregnant. There goes another month that I don't have a relationship and I'm running out of time. Tick tock, the clock don't stop. Time and tide waits for no man or woman. And all we have is the days that we are awake. I'm glad I woke up this morning because that nightmare was driving me fucking crazy, but that's all you got in life. There's no promises, there's no guarantees, nobody owes you anything, and the only thing you owe it to yourself is to live your life. And most people, I'm just gonna buy myself things, or I'm gonna go travel, or I'm gonna just go splurge on a $10 fucking Starbucks drink with sprinkles in it. PSL, pumpkin spice lattes, like, nah, dude. Life is worth and is more meaningful than these external things. It's if you're gonna fucking put yourself in gear. Are you gonna put yourself in gear and go, okay, I'm gonna start a business and I'm gonna have to fail for 10 years before I'm successful? Everybody wants to be Vera Wang. Everybody wants the prize, but they don't want to pay the price. And the price is your motivation, as we have this show. And you're going to say marijuana motivation and my motivated juice. To stay motivated requires consistency, requires discipline, requires focus. Most of us get unfocused. The time that things don't work out for us, we abort, we delete, we swipe left, and then we quit. And that's what I see around me. I see a bunch of quitters. They quit on themselves. They quit on their lives. They quit on their attitudes. They quit on their health. They quit. And it's like, dude, you're your only team. You can't quit the team that is you. The team is you. And there's no walking away from it. The jersey's always on. This is always going to be my last name. I'm not going to get a wake up in someone else's body and someone else's dream. But now I'm sitting here as a business owner who owns about 10 different, 200 websites and about 10 different ways to make income. Constantly hustling Mike Tyson raps, constantly hustling my shirt grade, printing an hour, mostly Saints brand, LVOG. Those are all just clothing, so I'll keep that as the other things. But I got motivated juice, I got calm CBDs, I got a bunch of different ideas that I always share on the show, but I won't digress into it. This isn't a business speech. This is a life speech, bro. We have lives to live, and we got to get busy living it. All I wanted was to own a business. I thought it was the biggest dream. I remember being in my car homeless or my truck homeless, and if I have a business, everything will be all right. I was depressed then as I am now, but now I have a business, bro. Something that I didn't even think was even fucking possible. It was just a little dream. I'm getting up, getting to work 7 a.m. when I was teaching English USA, when I came back. I'm getting up teaching kids, not even kids anymore. I was teaching kids overseas. Now teaching adults, up to 50 years old, 60 years old, living in America for a long ass time, but they Filipino and only have Filipino family and only speak Tagalog. I'm teaching these people how to speak English, and I'm having to get up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to get there at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I think I had to be there at 7. Same as like my school in Thailand, and grinding for someone else's dream when I'm like, all I need is some space and opportunity. Please, Lord, let me not have to have a job. Please, Lord, the God above, Amun Ra, whoever you pray to, please let me have just a business, because then I can afford my own income. I won't have to have a job. I can spend most of my day on my designs and my health and me. Do you know how impossible that is for most people? My buddy Straight's just going to work. He's a grinder. And what did he do? As soon as he was done, back on the alcohol, bought some cocaine, poor eating habits, like eating pizza for breakfast. And I'm just like, bro, that is not breakfast. I'm like, you sure you want to hear? Yeah, I want to eat here. And I'm like, that is not where it's at. I'm eating hard-boiled eggs, yogurt, and granola. I'm like staying fit. I'm not eating till 3 p.m. because I said I was going to stay on this diet, and it's worked for me. I'm showing off my fucking weight loss because it was so gained. I had gained so much weight. I was going to eat myself to death. I was going to eat till the calories gave me a heart attack, and then, oh, well, there goes Saint. You know, and that's what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want it to be an, oh, well, there goes Saint. No, Saint's brand goes on in perpetuity. You know, mostly Saints becomes a worldwide brand. Everything that I touched, I took a picture of an ass at 2009 at Havasu, and now it's a shirt that someone wants to buy, wants to wear and bend over and show her titties and be a model for me. And I'm just in the background going like, wow, these people are using their phone, using their chest, wanting that shirt. And it's bonded to him. The other guy said, oh, I want the other shirt. I'm an ass girl shoe. I want this same shirt. And I'm just like, wow, dude, these ideas that I had is something someone else wants to buy. And it's something that they'll wear and tell stories. I come to Mika's house and I'm like, there's that Weed for Vegas shirt I sent you years ago. I don't even remember sending you. My other buddy's like, I'm gonna buy. I'm like, when are you gonna buy a shirt? He's like, I did 10 years ago. And I was like, really? I don't remember that. And I'm like, those are addiction brand shirts, bro. When are you gonna buy a Saints addiction shirt? And he's like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, cool. Let's start from getting. He's like, well, are you salty? I'm like, no, I'm not salty, but just stop getting on my page and go, man, I want this shirt. I want this shirt. I want the long sleeve. I want the 3XL, and never buy. And that's gonna happen too. You're gonna show up to go to work, and guess what? I'm telling you now, you might not sell anything. A lot of people want to be like, yeah, let's go do flea markets, let's do pop-ups, let's do events. And it's like, what are you going to do the day that you paid $3,000 for an event and you don't make your money back? That's probably the day most people quit. I'm just being honest, you know. It's just one of those things. I'm doing this because of my passion, man. Much rather sit there and iron shirts and look at my design and explain it to people and have people interact with me and have something to do than to be the dude that didn't do anything, the guy that has to build someone else's dream, the one that has to fucking still get up, but not for themselves. They don't get up for themselves, literally, for not only for a job and time waking up, but get up for themselves, to put themselves in gear and go, okay, hey, we're gonna start in first gear. We're gonna grind a little bit. Then I'm gonna shift that clutch, put it in second gear. And then it's gonna get inclined up this mountain, but I gotta climb this mountain. And why else? Because I don't wanna go to the valley of the shadow of death. I don't want to go backwards to people that quit on themselves, or don't give themselves a future, or harm themselves, or start drinking habits, or start crack, or whatever else. I've seen my spiritual mentors, like, I've never even seen crack. And I'm like, unfortunately I have, but not that much. But I was shocked when I saw it too. And I'm like, one of my friends is doing crack. I kind of wanted to like slap that shit out of his hands and start wrestling him. But he's his own man. And then he started arguing with everyone with his eyes this fucking wide. And you go, there it is, dude. There it fucking is, dude. Like, you are doing something to harm yourself, and I'm doing something to heal myself. And whether my ex wants to see it or not, she didn't want to see me, and that feels good. She didn't want to see me hurt myself, and I don't want to see her hurt herself. I'm glad she's alive. That's why I stayed at the hospital. My plane was leaving that day. I took an Uber and I said, turn around. I got to be outside of that hospital when that woman comes out. I got to see the whites in her eyes. And I was. And her mom was there, and I was there. She's like, I'm sitting in the car with her outside, and I'm fucking crying. And she's like, I didn't know she was going to commit this abortion. I'm like, you didn't even tell your own mom, dude. We told her that she was pregnant, and then a week later, she's going behind everyone's back and just deleting a baby, aborting a baby. It's a tragedy. They rip babies apart. But like my spiritual mentor told me, Mark, you can never delete love. You can never delete light. And somewhere out there, I'm hoping that wisp of a baby is going to arrive into another baby inside a safer womb, inside a safer relationship, so I can become a father. I have goals. I just want to be happy. I had my toes in the sand. I wanted to have a business, and I want to have a family. These things are important to me. It's as important as my family is. She was making fun of me like I don't have a family. Bitch, I got 5 fucking aunts, bro, or 4 aunts, because my mom's one of 5, and 5 on the other side, but I don't talk to them at all. But I'm tight with my grandma, man. My grandma calls me Marky Face. What's going on? I'm like, yeah, this is the Marky Face. To you guys, a saint or Saints addiction or mostly Saints or Saints brand or any of that shit, it's not shit. It's my dream. But Marky Face from my grandma, Marky, boom, bitch, I'm on it. What you want, grandma? And to respect the woman that's 83 she is now, that had 5 children and 5 daughters, and raised them in the South, and then brought them to LA and raised them up and kept them from being pregnant or delinquents. And now I got a unit. I got people that depend on me. Whether my brother doesn't want to claim me on Instagram, he's got my two sisters on there, and he's a traveler and a businessman and all this other stuff. Guess what? I'm still your bro. I'm still the oldest. I'm still the one with the last name, homie. I'm Francis Mark St. Arnaud the sixth. Do you know anybody that's a sixth generation? And you just killed the seventh, but I'm determined to make a number seven. I'm determined to make a scion and a legacy and a future for myself. And that's all that I did. I was like, I'm committed to this game because I was like, I was already committed to the drugs, dude. I already committed to the party and I already did that in Vegas for so long and it didn't bring me any happier. I thought if I was going to party with millionaires, I was going to be a millionaire. It turns out I was just wasting my time. And it turns out that their money's not my money. And that dream's not a reality. It's a fantasy. And most of us don't even have the balls to live our fantasy. We get scared and be like, oh shit, this is too much. Oh shit, I can't do this. And it's like, yeah, no shit, dude. This is a lot to do. In life, for all of us, there's a lot to do and needs to get done. And it is only going to get done if you step up. If you start chipping now, if you put yourself in first gear, if you fucking actually, what the fuck was that? Oh, that's some of that wax. Cool. I make sure I wasn't smoking something crazy. I just need another. This is just basically tobacco, but I don't know weed, so I just need a quick rip. Let's get it into it. And if that ain't motivation enough, I don't know what else is, bro. For you to be able to say, my life is that important to me that I want to be my life and I don't want to work for someone else. I'm thinking about my buddy in Turkey who was checking on me. He's like, I'm going to go to Cyprus and start making some euros next month and working on getting my passport. I think I inspired him. But that being said, right? That's the thing. He's in dread. He has to go to work. He has to work for someone else. He never gets to make enough money to get ahead. He has a little existence. He only gets a little bit of weed that he had. I'm grateful that I got to pay the other half of rent, and save that day. But at the same time, he's never going to get to travel the world. He's never going to get to start his own brands. He might not even ever have that kind of gumption. Maybe because I was born in America and I'm a try hard that I even get a chance to live this dream. And that's why it means everything to me to be able to have my own name on my clothing instead of wearing it for someone else and going to work for someone else. I have me, and me is taking care of me. Me is still getting by. I still get meals. I still eat. Still got a roof over my head. Food, clothing, shelter. 3 bad habits I'm not breaking anytime soon. And the fact that I even get a chance to wake up when I want to, not have a boss look at his watch. I remember when I got fired at Gold's Gym and the guy looked at his watch. I was hauling ass all the way from Boulder City into Las Vegas, just about 30 minutes away. And he looked at it and fired me. And I was like, I don't want to have somebody. I'm unfireable, dude. I own my own business. Sure, you fired me as a father for now and fired me from your family. But I was trying to start my own family, dude. I was trying to make a Saints team, go Saints. And you were on some hey, I got some extra players with me that aren't your players. They'll never play for your team. They'll always be allegiant to their dad and our patterns and our way of life and trying to fit me into your life when you're supposed to meet me in my life. You're supposed to match my life, enhance my life, and fucking make my life better. And that's what started to hit me was like, I made my life better, dude. I don't work for somebody else. I work for myself. I travel the world, and that's an inspiration to me that I'm sober enough that I can fucking keep my mental health and my physical health and hopefully my financial health in my own control and not under the control of the police in Las Vegas, or not under the control over a woman that doesn't respect me, and not under the control over the system. I find a way to make income off of the system, and it works for me. And one day, hopefully, I'll be a multimillionaire, and it would have all worked out, and people would have been like, "Oh, you're a success. It's an overnight success." I'm like, "Go watch my fucking my lives, bro. It wasn't a success. I was suicidal. I was depressed. I gained weight. I was crying. I felt like the biggest loser in the world. Maybe so." But guess what? I didn't do what I did in my nightmares last night. What a nightmare, And what a nightmare would have been if I never chased my dreams. If I had to keep going from job to job and being a horrible employee or paying someone else's rent or just renting a room in the back of a fucking hot ass fucking garage like I did. Nah, dog. This is my life. This is my life, homie. You decide yours. Kanye West. look at the lyrics. You got to decide your life. You got to fight for your own life. You got to fight for your own health. You got to fight for your own dream. And I'm just telling you, it ain't going to be easy, but it's better than working for somebody else. It's better than having someone else tell me I can't go on vacation or go see my kids, or do the things that I dreamed, or the designs that I have in my head. And I created an avenue. I didn't know what to call it. It didn't have a name, but I was like, I have all these ideas. I need to be creative. I need something that's kind of replaces the OCD in my mind. I can obsess about words and fonts and ideas, instead of what's not working or someone else's idea, or going to work for someone else and making sure that I got my 8 hours in and I punched a clock and I'm safe. Maybe I'm not that safe, but I am alive. And that's all that matters. I woke up this morning, I'm wearing my own brand, and I have my life back. And that's your morning motivation. So go out there, go get that shit, bro. Go create your life. Put yourself in gear. Start in first gear. Don't start in sixth. And realize it's going to be a mountain to climb, but you're going to have to shift. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. I'll see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Chigata.